Thank you, brothers and sisters. I'm glad to be here. Glad to be talking about Afrocentric health and how important it is for us. So I'm very, very glad to be here. Glad to be able to talk about that. Now, also, I want us to be cognizant that good health is responsibility. Excuse me very much. Collar has popped there. Let's try to get comfortable here. Good health is responsibility for those who know it and those who are practicing it. So we definitely certainly want to say that. I want to thank you for tuning in to African Centered Herbal Science and Medicine. Dr. Millere, your host, and just another day in a black man trying to give some information for our brothers and sisters that are helpful, rather than you buying a lot of manufactured products that will give you manufactured results. And I hope you can appreciate and find that. Now, I want to point out that we have been working on this as I'm in the lab. We have been working on this manufacturing for men, and I'm trying to use terms that will not get this channel turned off. Because I notice now they're careful about words that you use. So I'm trying to use terms that are friendly and also terms that will get the information out that I need to get to show you the healthy ways and healthy things we can use for our bodies that won't have unhealthy effects. I hope you can appreciate that. I was visiting earlier, our brothers at a careful about our health. He had a stroke. Did have a stroke, so we have to be careful about our health. What we eat, drink. We have to be drinking plenty of water. We need to be certainly drinking plenty of water. That's very important because water helps the it helps the digestive system. It helps rehydrate the brain. It helps rehydrate the heart. Give fresh oxygen to the lungs, right? H2O. So we have to be careful about that. Also, things we put inside of our bodies, we need to be careful. If it's not plant-based, then probably not a good idea to put it in your body if it's not plant-based. And that's just something I can turn over to you, even if you're using something to help you in problems you may have. This is equivalent to the normal medicine they make to give a man stamina, right? When he's doing the most important job of his life, which is procreation. And you have to procreate, brothers and sisters, because the family is the important thing. And I mean families that are connected together and families that stay together. I want to say that families that are connected together and also families that stay together. Okay. But this is the Mandingo bean. This will help you, brothers, who may be having some problems. This Mandingo bean will help you. And I think the name is explanatory. Mandingo bean. We know what that means. We know what it does. And also for the sisters, we have what's called the Nandi. It's called the Nandi bean, right? And that helps you, help the sisters. So these are good to take to have in the body, but you have to eat healthy. They work better when you're eating healthy and you're fasting, right? So some of us eat 3 times a day, some eat 2, some eat 1, right? Some of us eat 1 time a day. So it's good to take these after we've eaten and our fast is done. In other words, we've had the food has been processed, it's passed through the system. Then after that, then we can process the plant health that will bring us the results we need for production. So we have the Mandingo bean for men, right? So Mandingo bean for men. A larger version of that as well, right? The Mandingo bean for men and the Nandi bean for women. Is that right? The Mandingo bean for men and the Nandi bean for women. So I'm going to put these up in their places. There's some other things too, because I noticed in women's health, a lot of women are experiencing depression. And my heart goes out to first symptom of depression is totally different. My heart really, really goes out to her. I had seen an article today. I was looking at it. It's very touching article when it says depression looks different for the Black woman, right? And then it also point out some signs of that, which I think is very important for us because we have to save the Black woman. If we're gonna preserve the family, brothers, I don't want to hear about uh, how challenging the relationship is. I think any relationship is challenging. Any relationship is challenging. We just have to calm ourselves down, get the attention of our brothers and sisters to work together to keep the families together, right? This is still good health. We're still talking about African-centered herbal science and medicine. African-centered herbal science and medicine. We're still talking about the same thing, right? Because we have to learn to center ourselves, right, on who we are, where we come from, and what works best for us. And we are just a communal society. We're a tribal society. We're a village society. We don't know anything about separation from our children, separation from our spouses. This is a tactic of emotional and psychological warfare. I'm just telling you. So we have to be wise. We have to be wise. Okay? Because that is medicinal. Learning to manage stress is also, it is a positive thing. It is medicinal to learn to manage stress. Stress is not bad. The improper management of stress is bad. But for our Black women that experience this depression, this is a new onset, right? An onset. It's unlike any other groups or any other group's version of depression. Same thing with our Black men. The depression that the Black men deal with is different than any other group. We have to understand that it's described as this type of depression can lead to mental disorder, can be described as a mental disorder. And we have to understand that. For Black women, it shows up while they're trying to get ahead in their careers. A lot of them did not have the support, just like the Black man, didn't have the support of the family, challenges of the family coming up from childhood and things of that nature. So we're under the same stress. Black men, Black women under the same stress from the same source. Same stress from the same source. So we're going to talk about our Black women, then we're going to talk about our Black men. The main thing, and this is medicinal, we're still talking African-centered herbal science and medicine. It's medicinal to learn how to manage stress. So as far as the Black woman is concerned, she's trying to get ahead of her career. She's trying to heal generational trauma. We talk about generational trauma. What are we talking about? And this is very, very important. When we say generational trauma, what is that? Right? We can't ignore what's happened to us. As a matter of fact, I think even the white expert would say, stop ignoring stored stress in the body. In other words, suppression. Stop ignoring suppression. Okay, we got to learn better than that. We got to stop ignoring it. Research proves that the stress stored in the body, this for women and men, has some serious health consequences, especially in Black men and women. But for the sake of Black women, an especially report of higher psychological stress, right? A higher psychological stress that is 2 times greater than that of the white woman, right? In the U.S. and the history of being ignored by healthcare systems and being encouraged to endure high stressful experiences only to add to a disastrous condition, which affects relationships, family, and life. And that's from the basics. Not to mention those that are victims of incest, those that are victims of rape, those that are victims of emotional abuse, physical abuse, and mental abuse, which causes them to abuse others, male and female. Right? Some may say, well, I'm not a victim of abuse. Well, in a relationship, if you're being abused by a woman or a man, you just become a victim. And we have to learn how to disagree without becoming violently disagreeable. We've got to learn that in our community. This is to help. This is to help. So we can't ignore it. And we can't be encouraged to endure stressful experiences, which will only add to a disastrous condition, a disastrous situation. I mean, mentally, physically, psychologically, morally, and otherwise. And in many ways, the fast-paced society has normalized living with chronic stress. Beyond this, the body is barely given a chance to release that build-up stress, to even talk about it, or to release it, or to deal with it. We need to be talking about keeping the family together. It adds more stress when families are broken up. Now the children can't see the father. They have to be separated from the mother. The father and mother should be able to work together. The father and mother should be able to work together, right? Keep the family together, and that's a balance. So the stress can be equally distributed, right? Equally distributed. So we have to concentrate on this, brothers and sisters. This is important. This is very, very important. The body is barely given a chance to release that built up stress. Think about a time when you felt a headache start to form, when a troublesome colleague entered your environment, or felt a sudden nausea when dealing with a less than peaceful situation. It's an unsettling way. Stress stays in the body, literally rent free. Stress stays in the body. So we have to learn how to address, how to ease, and confidently navigate these situations. Okay, so that's the little tad bit that I have for you today. Thank you for joining African Centered Herbal Science and Medicine. I'm Dr. Millere, your host, and I want to thank you for tuning in with us today. And thank you for seeing the discoveries we made in medicine. We'll have some other things to come out. We have some other things to come out, such as if you're dealing with stress, one of the herbal answers to stress is the ashwagandha root, right? So we have the ashwagandha root and the ashwagandha cocktails, another way of dealing with these situations. So we have this stuff here. We're making great advances in plant science, and I encourage you to get in contact with us. Wisdom Center, get in contact with us, and whatever we can do, I want to do it to be able to help you. Brothers and sisters, this is for us. This is for us. We talk about it. And this will help anybody, black, white, or whoever. But we're just discussing African-centered herbal science and medicine. African-centered because that's something that is not, a lot of credence isn't given to it. We even have for little guys, little babies that may be hurting and emotionally, because our children are people too. We have little stuff for them, right? It's all plant-based, and it tastes real good. Little bitty gummy is healthy, made of fruit, that will give them the little settling, right? Make them okay when they're dealing with things. A lot of our children are dealing with autism. A lot of our children are dealing with a myriad amount of situations that can be handled with proper diet and proper treatment. Okay, so I want to say that. So I want to thank you again for tuning in. We'll be talking about some other stuff that we have, such as black seed oil and things of that nature, right? But we're doing all we can, right, to stay up. All we can to stay up and also be able to provide for our community. We're happy that our brother's doing well. They had the stroke, and herbal science and medicine can do that. So we encourage you to do that. Whatever you may be dealing with, myriad amount of problems, no matter what the problem is, herbal science works on those things. We're not putting down the FDA or going against the FDA. We believe in the FDA. Okay, we know that it's necessary, but African-centered herbal science and medicine is necessary for African people. Okay, it's necessary for us, so we should be practicing that. That's less cultural stress when we can see people like us and use our methods of treatment for our own body. This is necessary. This is necessary. So, um, this is a short introduction. I don't normally come on in this manner because I come on talking about other issues that we're dealing with. But I did want to introduce this. This is the one thing I wanted to introduce. I'm going to be coming back to you because I have 4 more shows that we have to do today. And I'm going to post them ahead of time so that our people have a chance to look at them and we'll be able to discuss it. So I want to thank you again. I'm Dr. Millere, your host. You've been listening to African Centered Herbal Science and Medicine. Thank you very much, and I hope you're having a wonderful day.